Little knife review today. This is a FALLKNIVEN F1 Pro, a fixed blade from FALLKNIVEN and their flagship model. The F1, which was originally developed some years ago for the Swedish Air Force, so a military spec knife. The F1 Pro and the Pro Series, they've upgraded the steels, the design and the overall package. So you've got a top end knife here, probably the most expensive knife I have in my collection currently. And given that it's a fixed blade, that means it's going to be something quite exceptional. So just quickly looking over the box, very simple packaging as ever from FALLKNIVEN. On the rear here you've got a little bit of advice about care and some info about the 10-year warranty, but really not much more to show than that. Simple functional packaging. So we'll quickly open it up. If you follow my channel, you know that I've been quite a fan of FALLKNIVEN blades for some time. I've got a couple of their folders, the PCX being one of them, recent addition to their line. I think that came out early 2017, maybe 2016, late on that year. Thumb stud and pocket clip added to that, so it gives it a very modern feel. As ever, the laminate and convex edge blade, which is a feature on all FALLKNIVEN knives. I've got the little FH9, I think it might be called the Black Hawk, lock back, very traditional little folder there. And of course the Erna, which is our day-to-day kitchen knife. We'll take another look at this later on because some similarities in how the blade is finished there. Lovely convex edge, great knife, really doing well in the kitchen. So onto the F1 Pro. Popping open the box here. Well, first of all, the box are packed, or the knives are all packed in a shock-resistant package, waterproof. So should you be using this for its intended purposes, you're serving military personnel, for example, that's it packed up nice and safe. So if you open it up, inside you'll see the knife presented to you there, Zytel case, or sorry, holder, sheath, which will pop out, a little sharpening stone, will just pop out as well, and obviously the blade itself. It's a nice fitted case, waterproof as I said, FALLKNIVEN branding on the top there, just nice signs of quality all round. So getting onto the knife, let's move these guys out of the way. We've got the Zytel carrier with hanger for your belt carry, and also some slots on the side there should you want to attach it to any webbing. Little slot at the bottom, partly for draining any liquid that might fall into the sheath, but also so you could strap it down to webbing again, or maybe against your thigh. Obviously the knife fits in very nicely. It's got a poppered fixing at the top there, should you really want that additional security. Very tight. But even without that, it's really not going to go anywhere. A little bit of rattle, but a very firm grip in the Zytel carrier. Also included in the package is their DC4 sharpening stone, which has got a combination of diamond and ceramic whetstones. So if you needed to look after your blade in the field, this would do the job. However, being a convex edge, this would be much better suited to regular maintenance with a strop as opposed to a flat whetstone, in my opinion, but this would get you out of a situation in a pinch and allow you to maintain your blade. So, getting on to the star of the show, the F1 Pro blade itself. Super sturdy, robust, hand-filling knife. The rubber grip really grabs onto your hand, and certainly a gloved hand would be very secure as well. Really sturdy knife, super thick stock. Has a 5mm blade stock. Just comparing that to what I'd say is a fairly average sort of blade thickness for a folder. Absolutely hugely thick. There's no doubt in my mind about how that's going to perform. So looking at the blade itself, you've got a 100mm blade, just over 3 inches long, 5mm thick. You've got a convex grind going down to a micro bevel at the edge. So barely imperceptible that you've got a bevel on there. It's almost a Scandi grind, but there is a micro bevel there, I'm told. I think I can just about see it. We'll come in for some close-ups in a minute and take a closer look. You've got the laminated cobalt steel, which is an upgrade from the previously used VG10 on the original F1. Also, an upgrade for this particular knife is the grind isn't full depth, so you benefit from a slight or a significant thickening of this top portion here, having the grind starting halfway down almost, so a much more robust knife. And with that you get a really attractive swedge. Obviously the line of lamination sweeps up, which is always an attractive feature in FALLKNIVEN knives. Probably will pick that up more on the close-up. Sweeps up and then it returns in a quite a pleasing manner on the swedge. You can just make out the lines of lamination on the spine. The spine has got very nice, sharp, slightly rounded but sharpened edges, which would be great for striking a fire steel or taking shavings off a piece of fat wood for your fire tin. Nice little notch at the edge of the blade. Again, we'll pick that up on the close-ups, but that will aid sharpening considerably. So, in terms of use of this blade, very capable, no doubt about that. Being a very thick stock and a convex grind, it's more suited to woodwork, so making feather sticks, even batoning through wood to split it. Very strong. This isn't a blade style I particularly choose for food prep, because I find that the thicker blades wedge as you cut into vegetables, but very capable nonetheless. Having put it to use in that respect, it's still a very nice knife to use. Meat prep, no problem at all, very sharp blade. The wedging doesn't quite bear out as much as an issue for that. So as I said, for sharpening, the stone here wouldn't be my choice at home. Certainly the Erna here has got a very similar convex edge, returning to an almost micro bevel or a Scandi grind almost, And whilst this has only been used for kitchen prep work onto a plastic chopping board, it has benefited from regular stropping, which maintains that edge and keeps it super sharp. So if you've got the option, the way you've been maintaining a knife like this is through regular stropping almost after every use on camp, and that will keep the blade nice and sharp without having to do anything too radical with this. My fear would be that you almost significantly change the geometry of that. Okay, so let's hop in for a few close-ups. As you can see, the star of the show is of course the blade with the laminated cobalt steel replacing the previous VG10, which was found in the F1 series. Obviously nice branded logo there, laser etched, F1 Pro, laminated cobalt steel. The grind, you can pick that up, is obviously a convex grind, not full height anymore, giving a greater strength along the length from the spine. Liner lamination, just tracing up sort of 1/2 centimetre up the blade there and returning up the swedge, and just about make out the lamination line on the back there. Even in the close-up here, you'll struggle to see any bevel. It has got a tiny micro bevel on this, but as near as you can get to a Scandi grind, you just get that glimpse in the light. Just to prove it's there. Obviously, sharpening notch just at the plunge line there. Really helpful just to keep the geometry of that blade nice, because obviously if you're sharpening without that notch, there'll be a portion of the blade which you catch with your sharpening stone which won't allow it to be sharpened as well as the rest, and that just creates a slight recurve at the end, so that's quite important. The cross guard, stainless steel, welded in place. Very nice, no need for any sort of jimping at the top here in my opinion. The cross guard catches the finger and the rubber handle grip grabs the hand. It's not going to go anywhere. Just moving on to that nice checker pattern. I think this is applied after the sort of being cast, and it's held in place with this flared eyelet. Exposed tang tapers in both planes, and that exposed section can be used to hammer the knife into wood, whatever you need to do with it. Gives you fair confidence in its performance, that's for sure. Well, that's the F1 Pro. Hope that was useful. Absolutely fantastic knife, and it really does deserve to be used and put through its paces. Absolutely fantastic knife. Whilst it's not cheap, it does feel like it would last a lifetime with proper care. Super thick stock, super robust. Knife designed for sort of military functions, so something you can rely on, and yeah, something I'd really like to put through its paces over the years. Obviously, a few other FALLKNIVEN products there. If you want to check out those reviews, go back on my channel and take a look. They've all been reviewed in the past. If you like this video, please give it a thumbs up. I'd love it if you subscribed. If you haven't seen my channel before, please check it out. Very interested in quality knives, along with a few other interests which I share on the channel. Quality footwear, denim, everyday carry including knives and fountain pens, guitar, cycling, check it out. We might share some other common interests. And yeah, hope to see you for the next video. Okay, thank you very much. Bye bye.